Hi, it's Dr. Liz Catbet. How did COVID-19 change the lives of cats forever? Go grab yourself a cup of tea and join me. So, COVID-19 changed the world forever. In many ways, not in a good way. Many people lost their lives, their livelihoods. There's still ongoing effects from it now in terms of things like cost of living, inflation, like material shortages. There were some benefits in terms of some people were able to work from home now on a permanent basis, and that has many benefits. For cats, so coronavirus has been around for years, and in most, like feline coronavirus, just to be clear, in most cats, they catch it as a kitten, and it causes a mild self-limiting gastrointestinal disease, a bit of vomiting and diarrhea, and they get better. In a small percentage of cats, say around 5%, they will go on to develop FIP, so feline infectious peritonitis. It's to do with the cat's immune system, failure of the innate immune system to overcome the virus. Often it's triggered by like a stressful event, so it can be desexing, moving house. Cats are very sensitive to any changes in their environment. And this disease, FIP, comes in different forms, although there's possibility that that's more of a continuum of the same disease, dry and wet forms. FIP was once an invariably fatal disease. There were experimental treatments like interferon and similar, but basically, yeah, a death sentence. And it's heartbreaking because it mostly affects young cats. So with the rapid development of antivirals with COVID-19, all the resources were going in towards treating this disease because people were dying. And so I won't go too much into the vaccine, the controversy there, but that was another, that was rapidly developed because all the resources, all the money and time went into speeding that up, and same with the treatment. So we now have remdesivir, an antiviral that, FIP treatment is now got a 90% success rate, which is huge. And they now have GS441524. It's in the tablet form, and it's got the equivalent success rate. So remdesivir is still reserved for those cats that have more of the neurological signs, so they might not be able to swallow properly. So you would want to still use the injectable form in those cats. The main side effect is it can be a little bit painful, so it is preferred to use the GS tablets when possible. And there's also molnupiravir, so that should be reserved for those cases that GS at the standard doses hasn't been successful, like there's been a recurrence, or a recurrence. There's also talk about Paxlovid, so that's used for the flu in humans. So it's such an exciting area of research. And it's just amazing that we can now treat this disease. That's Nico. Do you want to be in the video? Hey, buddy. He loves obviously climbing up high. That's meant to be a litter tray protection cave, but he actually prefers sitting on top. Where were we? So like antibiotics, there can be resistance. So it's very important that you don't obtain these drugs off market. I think that probably still is happening in some countries that don't have good access like we do. in Australia. But yeah, we do not want to be using these drugs in the wrong place. That is still an ongoing issue even in Australia. It's the disease remains a diagnostic challenge. The definitive diagnosis is from histopathology. So often these cats are too unwell to go through that procedure, or could be a cost thing because it is expensive to diagnose and treat. So it's, in some cases, a treatment trial will be done if it's, all the signs and pathology results, etc., are pointing towards the disease. That will be done under the guidance of a veterinarian. And it is something that is still an evolving situation in terms of the optimal dose rates, treatment duration. So I'm actually going to link a article below for any vets out there who do want the most up-to-date information, and it is a watch this space thing. So please tell me if you have any more questions. If you want me to go deeper into the pathophysiology of FOP for any vets out there looking to study memberships, I gained my memberships last year, and I don't know if I can share that it's such a topical area. So I wonder if it will be in the future. It's got to be. It's such a huge disease in the cat world. Or for pet owners, is there anything else you want to know about the treatment of it? And please share if you have a pet that's gone through this. I would really love to hear about it. One final point I wanted to leave you with was the question I used to get a lot a few years ago when I was working in telehealth, and people would be home sick with COVID and they would say, my pet has got respiratory and gastrointestinal signs. Do you think I gave them COVID? And my answer was, we don't know. We're not testing in Australia for this. In 2022 in New York, some lions and tigers were confirmed to have SARS-CoV-2, the COVID-19 virus, infection transferred from humans to cats. Cats are more prone to it than dogs. So while we do believe that they can catch the virus, they've got what's called a dead end host. So they're not known to spread it back to humans or other pets. So it's not something to be overly concerned about. What is more of a concern is, the way the world is changing with climate change, and again, not going to go too much into that controversy, but bird flu is a very real risk to Australian agriculture, and a lot of people have backyard chickens now, so it is something we should be monitoring for. At the time of recording, Australia is currently free of the pathogenic H5N1 bird flu. It's highly contagious, and sadly the only treatment is to stop the spread is mass kills. So it's awful. That's why there's been an egg shortage, and it's not something that I'm hearing enough about in the media because it does have the potential to be very concerning. And we do need to be prepared for it. I'm just looking up the most up-to-date information. I'll post the link below, agriculture.gov.au. Yeah, it just talks about basic hygiene. I'm not a bird vet, I'm not an expert on this, but it's something that we all have a responsibility for. So signs to look out for if you have backyard chickens are respiratory illness, so like runny nose and cough, runny eyes. They can also get gastrointestinal signs too, like vomiting and diarrhea. They could just be, chickens don't always show a lot, they just sort of can die suddenly or just sort of be really lethargic, not eating, that sort of thing. So definitely contact your local vet if you're worried about any of these signs in your pet chicken. And it'd just be interesting to see if there's another virus like COVID. Hopefully not.